Not exactly sure what triggered my thought process to backtrack to get the treasure chest I missed. I think it was because maybe I needed to level up anyways, and I was sort of going back and forth between areas. I distracted myself again. Okay. As I was saying earlier, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with Hugo. And do I want to, cheat him up some levels? Do I want to do the training off screen and then just, kind of train myself up 10 levels and then come back and then, do like a hour-long session and then train myself up 10 more levels or something like that. I've also considered maybe at the very beginning of the game, sort of test, is to max out my SP and buy all of the SP items with the exception of the following item, which are upgrades to my armors that I'll get later throughout the game, and the final upgrade, which is the increase to my speed, which I think is a half a million points. Just sort of see that if given enough time between the bottom and the top with all the other stuff sort of done, do I make enough to get the speed upgrade at that point? I think that is only going to be possible if and only if I kind of don't cheat my way through Hugo's campaign with his levels. If I spend the time grinding out the levels with him, I'll definitely kill enough enemies that they'll drop enough of these little blue shards that I'll be able to get enough SP to get it. But I think that if I'm cheating, or I'm rather, he's going from, say, level 1 to level 10 to level 20, is just to sort of speed through the campaign. Obviously I'm not fighting as many enemies. I'm not fighting the enemies. I'm not gaining SP. So I'm not collecting. Well, that was one of the few reasons I left a lot of that grinding footage in, was because I ended up running into the Clara Pensia here, and I didn't realize that I'd either gotten it or had not really gotten it if I had died. So I left that in the recording so that, it wouldn't just be, oh, why is that chest magically open? Why is that door suddenly unlocked, even though I don't remember seeing it on camera becoming unlocked? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Look how these red guys have like a berserk mode, but it also makes it difficult. I thought for a second there that those might be like some of the red guys that I need to unlock the next area, which is not true. Not true at all. There are no more enemies like that in this area. This is me trying to line them up for one big attack. They work kind of good, but not really, because the other guys were on the ramp. That great sword swing is just super slow. It's such a great magic attack because it fires at low cost little traveling phoenixes. Yeah, we beat him. And so we unlocked both the boss door and the states point. In a stage. Your prayers have been answered. I don't have enough for the stun effect. Or I could save up for the boost. I end up getting most of this stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter. The increased SP drop and increased amount of items to drop per enemy is the best 1-2 punch in terms of gaining more SP towards later of the game. Yeah, we're gonna temper our weapon. Still saying the same stuff about the gases. But what I will say about Father Shinon is I got him confused with a different character from a different game. I thought he was for some reason I thought he was the final boss in this game. I thought he was sort of playing us the entire game. You know, at the bottom of the tower, just sort of essentially playing both sides, playing, you know, the demon people who are trying to capture Fina and Rhea, and playing you at the same time, you know, in order to try to create a situation where no matter who wins, you win. And strangely enough, Father Shinon, or whatever his name is, I think they call him Father Superior for the most part. I do, and side note, I do enjoy that how extra details they added to this tower. I mean, the amount that you explore is sort of like making you feel like, yeah, you explored part of this tower, but there's just so much more to it, you know? You're looking down on lower levels that you may have already been to, you know? Or areas that you'll never explore because of how, you know, complicated and deep this whole area is. Anyways. Like I said, for some reason I thought Father Shinon was also the final boss in this game. So, you know, he's known as Father Superior us, but, you know, he's known as, you know, whatever the final boss. I know what the final boss name is, but, you know, I thought he was the final boss as well. At least in Unica and Hugo's campaign. But nope. He is actually a good guy from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. He is not a villain. Fire and Brimstone, yay. That's where east probably popped out of, which makes sense. If I were to take a big chunk of land, you know, Earth, and suddenly, you know, use magic to levitate it into the sky, you know, I'm pretty sure the Earth's core, your crust, mantle would be underneath it, and it would be like, I'm gonna be a big bubbly thing until this turns into a crater. This is where I put 2 and 2 together and finally figured out that, oh, I could probably make that. I'm unfortunately hitting the button too late. Yeah, see, that's how you do it. And the rest of it's simple. The Spirit Cape is not required, but it is like the most handy item in this game. It gives you the ability to heal anywhere you are, so long as you're standing still. So this is me skipping ahead to the boss. I've leveled up a number of times at this point. So this is going to make the boss kind of look like cake work, or a piece of cake, if you will. Ended up dying to him, I want to say 5 or 6 times. I died twice, then I restarted, or, you know, I went back to the save spot, leveled up once, then came back and tried him again, almost beat him like 2 or 3 times, but couldn't finish him off at the end, and then had to level up again. So now I'm overpowered. So this, you'll see what I mean here in a second. So these arms come right off in a couple hits. Also got used to his patterns, so that also helps to limit damage. When he's throwing a left, you want to go right. When he throws his right, you want to go left. And then once you do a percentage of damage, he respawns his arm. So if I had not dealt enough damage there, he would have come in for a second bite. Yep, that's good. He takes unnecessary damage. So, about every 1/4 of his health, he he goes down and gets his hands again. Now, obviously, if you don't do enough damage to him, he'll still go down and get his hands. But this just basically reduces how many attempts it takes to... Okay, and then this is the other attack that's annoying. You have to slowly push your way across, because if you go too far too fast, it'll light up both the blocks and then I'm getting caught. He spawns these little dudes that track you and kill you. Did a pretty shitty job of jumping there. You can obviously see where, you know, even if I had been a little weaker, I could easily have done this. You just have to know his patterns. Lava really ate through my health. It was also bad. You can actually hit his hand here. Hands. that is a little shiny, glowy health, little gemmy as in his skull is the key to beating him. If you can't do enough damage to that little dot, we'll just be nice, we'll be pleasant. Little dot on his head, then it takes longer to beat that boss, and you sit through multiple runs of him going back into the lava to repop his hands. Alright, Silent Sands, not my favorite area. This, I had to cut up pretty badly, so you're gonna notice some continuity errors here. I died a number of times here, and I accomplished certain things at different times, so in order to try to keep this as straightforward as possible, you are going to notice there's a couple continuity errors going on. There'll be a door that shouldn't be unlocked, that it will be unlocked. We're going to get a key for it here, you're going to see that, but you're not going to see me actually unlock the door, unfortunately. There's also an area that has a bunch of little skull demons that I can't kill right now because they're immortal. They're like zombies. I also kind of edited that out as well. I didn't realize that till later on that I'd edited that portion out, so skipping over some stuff here to try and keep this flowing a little bit more smoothly than not at all. So, always fun. So, to make a long story short, yeah. I was doing the voiceover for this, and found out that my microphone at some point got unplugged. So, I'm checking the mic right now again. And at some point my microphone got unplugged, which meant that everything after a certain point was no longer audio recording. So, luckily I got about an hour and 47 minutes recorded, roughly speaking, before it dropped out. But to make a long story short, is me re-recording a couple lines that I've already done. We've already gone through this area, blah blah blah. This is the Road of Fruit. So now I don't have to worry about, I know where the Road of Fruit, I have the Road of Fruit, so I just have to find the brew that it goes to and we'll be good. So, between when I ended my last recording and right now, which I'm hoping is not the same episode, I found out I tested myself again because I was planning on going to work tomorrow, which is Monday. I just tested myself, and no, I do not have a cold. I actually caught the big C. So yeah, turns out that I did get this C, and I'm very upset because I thought I was done with my 5-day cold, and I thought that, oh well, I'm getting better now, but the fact that I can't taste is what prompted me to retest myself. And when I retested myself, by testing myself on Thursday evening before I went to bed, and I was not positive, I'm now positive. So I'm upset now, but I'm kind of glad so I don't spread the virus, but I'm kind of pissed off because, well, I guess I shouldn't be pissed off because I appear to be coming out on the other end of this but we'll see what I am tomorrow, but I seem to be coming out of the sickness now. And I'm feeling better than I did yesterday and the day before, but now I know I have the vid, which kind of annoys me because I'm gonna miss a week of work now, and it's gonna be like gonna essentially be a vacation. I mean, it's gonna be a stay home in your house vacation. I'm not gonna be able to leave. I guess I could do other stuff. I guess I could like clean my house, shit. You know, not that I don't clean my house normally, but you know, do a top to bottom house scrubbing. Make sure that, you know, I'm super good. What kind of annoys me about COVID, at least from what I understand about it, is you can get COVID, and then next year I can get COVID again. Like, the flu, I'm told, has different variants. So, like, one year, you know, you can get the flu every year. But it's not the flu you had last year is not the flu you're gonna get this year. Like a different thing entirely. But the COVID you got last year, you can get a variant of it this year. You can get it multiple times, which I think is kind of stupid. Not that, you know, logic or reasonability should factor into, you know, whether or not, you know, having COVID once should equal being cured forever, but I don't know. I just kind of weirded out by that fact, you know, like, you know, example would be measles, mumps, rubella. You get an MMR, which allows you to be immune, you know, essentially immune from the virus. You get a polio shot, you know, you get boosters for that kind of stuff, okay? But you don't get boosters every year. You don't go and, okay, I'll go get my MMR again. You know, you get an MMR, whatever, a couple times in your lifetime, or once every 5-10 years, or whatever the story is, you know? And then at a certain point, you've built up enough immunities to it that you shouldn't, you know, contract it at any point. You know, and you get a tetanus shot to prevent tetanus, you know. But COVID is this thing where I sometimes think that it's a combination of, you know, well, you know, we may at some point be beyond it, like Spanish flu, and at the same time, like, it doesn't really behave quite like anything else that I can compare it to other than the yearly flu, which, again, the yearly flu is just something that, you know, occurs. It's an aberration in the flu. But at the same time, the flu is separate from COVID itself, you know? So I guess that's the only part I guess I don't understand about it is, you know, it's like an additional thing that we're going to have to be concerned with. In addition to the regular flu, it's going to be the regular COVID. And then, like, even if you get the flu shot, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to not get the flu. I don't know. So these little fuckers I died to a number of times, which is why there's inconsistencies. You know, like, enemies that should still be alive that you haven't seen me defeat yet are dead, and because these guys ate my health and killed Unica multiple times. Why? Because they're guarding the most important thing ever, which is a double jump. So now Unica can do a double jump, which makes you know, it opens up other portions of this game, obviously, to me, but I don't know. A little pissed now about the diagnosis. I mean, I guess that's why I saved my an extra week of vacation every year, you know, carried over from the previous year in case I get sick, but this is like the second time this year I got sick earlier in the year, and then now I'm getting sick again. Kind of makes me annoyed because I ended up using vacation days to get, you know, to get better because I was ill. And then I end up, you know, taking my regular vacation, and then I had to take more vacation now because I caught the COVID. So, whatever. And I'm guessing this all came from somebody. Probably picked it up. Someone in my workplace probably picked it up either at a Thanksgiving, or it could have been anywhere, I guess. It could have been going to the supermarket for all I know. But I know that I had a couple coworkers that I know tested positive for COVID. But I hadn't been around them. Whatever. And I probably, because I have it, probably means that I'm responsible for infecting other people. You know, because you get it, and then after you have it is when, you know, you should be worried about, you know, when you're actually infecting people, that you, even though you're not symptomatic. Here, we're gonna go talk to the Roo. He's gonna give me a upgrade to my leg guards, I guess, which is really good because the leg guards also help me to walk on the sand. The sand, that quicksand still affects me. It's just that it helps you to stay above it instead of you thinking while you run. Lady Rhea. She's got the Black Pearl just hovering by her. Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried about you. I'm very surprised to see you here. What in the world are you doing in a place like this? Look how you've grown. Your eyes are of a woman now. You think so? Never mind that now, Lady Rhea. We have lots to discuss with you. This is no place to do it. So I kind of matched the dialogue here, so I'm gonna try to do my best here. Hush. We're surrounded. Demons! They're coming for us. Get behind me. No, you get behind me. I'll protect you. Unica! Fuck me. Are you okay? So these demons don't die. Stay where you are, Unica. Here you go. Oh, there you go. That was awesome. So she's gonna pull an item. I'm just an apprentice. I'm technically not part of the Knights. Is that so? How delightful. My little Unica is blah blah blah. Never expect you to be among them. Well, I am not surprised, honestly. It's because of me, Lady Fina. Oh, I know she'd been captured. Sorry, it's all my fault. No, Unica, there's no reason for you to apologize. Anyone, we should be the one apologizing to you, huh? You can act as a decoy to keep the enemy off my trail, to keep the Black Pearl from falling in their hands. Happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Part of the reason we left Solomon Shrine without telling anyone, in fact, is that to get none of you involved in this. Underestimated how quickly the enemy sprung into action. Truly sorry. I need to apologize. Oh yeah, I do have something for you. Lady Fina gave me your harmonica. I believe Fina's being held in Rado's Annex, connected upper floor. Yeah, it's a small tower with no foundation, hanging impossibly in the sky. Dreadful place. At least for now, she's safe. I'm glad to hear she's safe at least. Guess there must be something big going on. We were in a panic when they couldn't find you, ... Wish I could explain everything to Unica. But I must get to the tower summit at once. What? Well, can you at least see the commander first? They're probably not far off. Sorry, I've got to go. But I'll leave this with you. So the silver chimes are a throwaway item in frickin' East 1 that you can turn in and get money to help power up your armor. In this game, they're super important in putting down the zombie enemies, the ones that respawn. So basically you want to have this item equipped to you for not the rest of the game, but large chunks of the game, because any undead enemies will just come back to life if you don't have it equipped. Something's definitely not right. Lady Rhea had a sad look to her. No idea how to help. I guess she did say Lady Fina's being held in Rado's Annex. So that's where we're gonna go. So, one of the things that they don't really explain to you, I also forgot to initially equip the bells, but we're gonna fix that now. One of the things they don't really explain well, Unica's storyline is probably about as shallow of the 3 storylines as it goes. They don't discuss a number of different plot points that are kind of important. But you don't really from Unica and Hugo's story, you know that the goddesses left East. They took the Black Pearl with them, and and they needed to bring it to this tower, which is essentially like a cursed tower full of demons and dark energy. And why do they have to get to the top of the tower? We'll get there, and they'll explain that as to why they need to bring it to the top of the tower. But at the same time, you're going to remove the Black Pearl from a safe location